here and welcome to today's beginner yoga workout. I've got a fantastic workout for you, so we are going to get started. So let's start in mountain pose. So feet together, shoulders back and down, abs pulled in, and throughout this workout I want you to really focus on drawing that belly button in towards your spine and supporting your lower back. So shoulders back and down, and we're just going to breathe in, turning your palms up to the ceiling and then palms to face you, separating those shoulders, and then coming back down. We're going to come into prayer position and breathing in, coming down. Okay, this time feet just a bit wider than hip width apart, and we're going to breathe in, drop one hand, you're going to reach up and then lift up and over. If it feels okay on your neck, eyes up into the crux of your elbow. Otherwise you can just look down, and then coming up and then other way. So breathing in, so lifting up first, and then as you lean to the side, breathing out, really focus on trying to stick that hip in the opposite direction. Just make sure you're not overdoing it, over pushing. Coming up, and then bringing your feet a little bit closer this time, breathing in, hand down, reaching up and over. So we're just gradually and gently waking up the body. Feel that nice stretch in the side, that should feel really good. Coming up, and then hands together, breathing in, and then breathing out. And relaxing those hands down. So feet together, interlacing your fingers, shoulders back and down. We're going to come up and just try and push the shoulders back so they realign, and then keeping your abs pulled in. Make sure you're not arching your lower back. You're just going to come up and take it to where it feels comfortable. If you've got the motion and mobility to come all the way up, great. Try and keep the arms straight. For me, this is a really hard pose. So what we're aiming to do is to ideally have our hands all the way up, but without letting our shoulders coming up and without arching our back. So you should feel that. Okay, so now we're going to go into a little bit of a flow, warming up your body, getting a little bit of cardio going, so breathing in. So turn those palms out. You can add in a little arch if you want to. If you do, make sure you reach up first, and then we're going to dive down. Relax that neck, flat back, forward fold. So hands back into plank, and we're just going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then knees to the floor, coming down into a little cobra, or all the way up into up dog if you want to. So the easy way to come out of this, push with your hands, keep your knees on the floor, and then take it back into downward dog. And then from here, stepping your right leg forward, so knee stays behind your big toe, back leg is going to stay straight, heel of your foot is going to stay up, and we're going to keep the opposite hand on the floor, and we're going to do a gentle twist, looking up to those fingertips if you can. Try and really reach up to the ceiling, get some length between those arms, and then we're going to come back down, and we're going to put the foot flat on the floor this time, and we're going to open up on the other side, and then both hands back to the floor, fingertips touching the floor, so you can stay here, or if you want to you can come all the way up. Now we're just going to hold that crescent pose, and then hands back to the floor, into plank, knees to the floor, all the way down, baby cobra or up dog, whichever works best for you. Pushing up, other foot coming forwards. Oops, I've come all the way up into crescent. Well, we'll hold it here. Okay, so coming back down, so I jumped a step, so opposite hand to bent leg on the floor, twisting, opening up, trying to keep that back leg straight, really trying to reach and get some length with that hand, and then opposite hand onto the floor, foot comes flat, and we turn the other way. And then both hands to the floor, so you can either stay here, or you can come up onto your fingertips, or if it feels okay for you, come all the way up into crescent. And then when you're ready, hands back to the floor, foot goes back, and we're just going to hold this plank again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down to the floor. So either bending your knees if you want to take it down to the floor, or going straight down, almost like a press up. So looking forwards, bending the legs, bringing both feet together. We're going to do a flat back, forward fold, and then from here, knees together, toes touching knees together, toes together, fingers starting off touching the floor, and then you're going to come up into a chair pose. And this is really important that you engage in your abs and supporting your lower back. If it feels too much, come out of it, take it to where it's comfortable, and then standing up. So you'll feel that one beginning to engage the quads, burning the thighs, getting those legs warmed up. Breathing in, arching back if you want, that's optional. Diving down, flat back, forward fold, remember bend those knees if you want. Stepping back, down, cobra or up dog, down dog, stepping your foot forward. This time we're going to put the foot flat on the floor, and we're going to come up into warrior one. Same hand as bent leg is going to come onto your hip, other hand is going to reach forwards, so this is going to help to square those hips, and you're just going to see if you can sink a little bit lower in those legs. Both hands up, and then opening up to the side into warrior two. So really lengthen those arms, looking along that front arm, hips nice and square, sinking into those legs, knees staying behind your big toe, trying to get some turn out here. So warrior two, and then from here we're going to breathe in and extend that front leg, and then we're just going to breathe out and relax and see if we can sink a little bit lower. Breathing in, relax and sink a little bit lower. One more time. Breathing in, relax and sink a bit lower, and we're just going to hold. Feel these legs beginning to warm up, feel that burn, and then we're going to take it back into warrior one, down to the floor. So both hands leg back, so we're into plank, cobra or up dog, downward dog, and other leg stepping forwards. Foot flat on the floor, make sure that little toe stays on the floor, knee behind your big toes. Coming up into warrior one. Options, have your hands up in the air, or you can have them to the side, or they can stay on your hip, whichever works better for you. Now try and square those hips up, opposite hand reaching forwards to the bent leg, so that's going to help you square those hips up, and then hands up, and then we're going to go into warrior two. So I'm going to turn my back to you, and we are in warrior two, lengthening those arms, looking along that front arm, and just relaxing, smiling, breathing, enjoying that pose, letting your body wake up. And we're going to hands together, breathing in, straightening that front leg, and then relax and really breathe out and relax and sink deeper. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Last time. I'm just going to hold here for a couple of seconds, couple of breaths, enjoying that pose, and then we're going to come up into warrior one, and then hands to the floor, back to plank, and we're going to hold it here, and we're going to do a plank on a side plank. So you're going to pop your right leg on the floor, lift your left arm up, and we're going to open up into side plank. So try and make sure your shoulder is in line with your wrist, and then opposite hand up, engaging that ab to keep some stability. Okay, hand comes onto the floor, back leg comes up, so we're back into plank, and other side. So this time left leg on the floor, right hand comes up, and you turn towards that right hand, opening up, and we're in a side plank on the other side. If it feels okay in your neck, looking up to the hand. If not, looking down. And then back to plank. And then back to downward dog. Bending the legs, looking forwards, walking your feet in. And then back to chair pose. So remember this one, knees together, feet together, fingertips, and coming up. And we're just going to hold this, wake up those legs. Out of all the yoga poses, I've got to be honest, this is my least favourite, but I know it's good for me. And then standing up, and that always feels so good. Hands coming down. Okay, breathing in. Option to lift up and have a little gentle arch, diving down, flat back, forward fold, stepping back. And then from here, we're just going to put our knees onto the floor, and we're going to do a little bit of tabletop. So breathing in, moving that chest away from your hips, so really getting that length first before you think about arching, and then curling. Breathing in, breathing out, and then back to neutral spine. And we're going to take one leg back, other arm forward. So this is our songbird pose. So option to stay here, option to lift one arm or one leg, or aim for both. And we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot and hand comes back down, and then we do the other side. So other leg back, other hand forward, so you could stay here if you want, and if you want a little bit more, we're going to take them both out and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand and foot to the floor, and just move your body into some circles this time, just what feels comfortable, and then you go the other way. And then from here, we're going to bring our legs forwards, and we're going to come down onto our butt, onto the mat. And we're going to go into a bridge. So, lying down, feet close-ish to your butt, heels onto the floor, and then you're going to push through those heels, tilt the pelvis, and you're going to lift up. And engaging those glutes, thinking about pushing up, engaging the abs, and then coming down. And then same thing, but this time we're going to push up, and we're going to interlace our fingers underneath and use our upper arms to kind of get some more height. Okay, coming down, and then bringing your knees into your chest. And we're going to do a little rock back, and then we're going to come up, and again rocking back and coming up. Now if you want to make it a bit harder, you can extend your legs. So we're going to try that, rock back, and then extend the legs. This time you can keep the legs straight for the whole of the time. So it's whatever works best and feels good for you. So pick those options. And let's hold both for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, knees together, coming back down to the mat. Back into our bridge. One last time. So engaging the abs, tilting the pelvis already, and pushing through those heels. Option to interlace underneath. And then coming down. This time bringing our knees into a chest, but we're going to do something different. We're going to separate our knees, and we're just going to do some knee circles. So this is going to help your hips and get some mobility back into your hips. This should feel quite comfortable, quite relaxed. And then the other way. And then we're going to take it into happy baby pose. So soles of your feet up to ceiling, grabbing the outside of your feet, and then using your arms almost to bring your knees a little bit closer to your chest. Okay, and then coming out of happy baby pose, we're now going to sit up. And we're going to extend our legs. You might want to kind of pull your butt cheeks back to make you sit on your, sit with your a little bit tilted, which is going to lead you nicely to our position, so sitting up nice and tall and then coming forward. So you might want to just come here, that's fine. If you can take it a little bit further, great. If you can go even further, great. You're just going to take this position to where it feels good and comfortable for you. So just be careful not to overstretch, overdo it. If you feel any pulling in your lower back, then make sure you come out of this. So this should feel more in the backs of your legs. Make sure you are embracing and engaging your abs, because that will support your lower back. Okay, coming up. So this one is going to be fun, so it requires a little bit of coordination, but it's fine. So try and copy me. So you're going to bring your right leg over your left leg. So left leg stays straight, right leg stays bent, and then you're going to grab your left arm, and that's going to give that right knee a little bit of a hug. So you're going to turn your chest towards your knee. Other hand comes behind you, sit up nice and tall to start with, breathing in, and as you breathe out, you're going to open up that shoulder and just into a gentle spinal twist. And then coming out of that. So you know that you've got this move correctly because your chest is facing towards. If you're facing away from your knee, then you turn in the wrong way. Okay, so other leg. So left leg on top of your right leg, which is straight. And then you're going to use your opposite hand, so your right arm, to give that knee a little bit of a hug, sitting up nice and tall to start with, and then breathing out as you rotate. Still thinking about somebody pulling you up through the crown. And then when you're done, coming back and then uncrossing those legs. We're now going to come down, lying on your back, and we're going to go into our glute stretch. So there's two stretches here. We'll do our first one actually that I quite like. So lift your knees up, and you're going to place one on top of the other, and then you might want to grab your feet or grab your shins, and you're just going to bring them in. So the leg that's on top, you'll feel a nice stretch in the outside of that glute. Really important if you've been walking a lot, or even if you're spending a lot of time sitting at a desk, to get some mobility back and stretch some of these muscles out. So other side. Okay. So a similar one but slightly different. One leg on top, and we're going to turn it out. And then you may wish to stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can just take that foot off the floor and bring it in. If you want to advance this even more, put your hands through your legs and grab your shins. And you're going to feel that stretch in the outside of your butt, in your glutes. And then coming out of that, so other side, so other leg comes on top this time. So you may wish to just relax and stay here, or you can take that foot off the floor and that will deepen the stretch. Or if you want to deepen it even more, grab your shin. I use this as a time to also sort of circle my ankle and get some mobility back in that joint. I also kind of find it quite nice to move through this stretch rather than just hold it, sort of move gently. Okay, so next one leg straight, other leg bent. So the same arm as the bent leg is going to extend. You're going to look along the hand and then rotate across to the side. And then coming back. So other leg is bent, same arm as bent leg comes out to the side, look along the fingertips and let the knee go the opposite way and just let it naturally fall to where it's comfortable. And you're trying to keep the shoulder of the straight arm on the floor, so the back of that shoulder on the floor. Okay, so knees together, nose towards your knees, and we're going to finish in our final pose into Savasana, our corpse pose. So if it feels okay for you, extend your legs. Try not to skip this pose. I know if you're new to it, it might feel a bit strange and a bit uncomfortable, but it will honestly do your body and your mind the world of good. So palms up to the ceiling, and in your own time closing your eyes and just focusing on your breath, breathing in, breathing out. And in your own time, I want you to breathe and count. So breathing in for 1 and out for 2. And again. Try and visualize the number as well in your mind's eye. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so you can stay in this pose for as long as you want. When you are ready to come out of it, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get some movement back into your body, bring your heels towards your bum, knees into your chest, and you're going to roll over onto the side. And you're going to come back to sitting. So that last exercise, what's really good is to breathe, so using your breath, but also count the numbers. So then your mind is forced to just focus on breathing and counting. So any other kind of thoughts whirling around your head will eventually just sort of filter out. So you could practice counting up to 3, so breathing in for 3, going so 1, 2, 3, and then breathing out for 1, 2, 3. And if you want to take it a step further, as well as breathing and counting, you visualize the number. So closing your eyes and you picture the number 1, 2, and 3 as you say it. So it feels a bit strange, but it actually does kind of help you to just focus on your breath and to relax, and it stops all those thoughts that are whirling around in your head. And then you'll get more sort of benefit out of it. So I hope you enjoyed that workout. If you do, like, comment and share it with your friends, get your friends and family doing the workout as well. And most importantly, look out for more workouts coming your way very soon. Thank you for doing the work, great work, keep it up, and I will see you very soon with some more workouts. Bye.